Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about the replacement cost value, or RCV, of your insurance policy when it comes to replacing a structure, so your home. Recent events: Boulder County fires, the Marshall Fire burned over 1,000 homes to the ground, and obviously that is probably something that people are starting to look at starting the process. This process is going to be complicated. I just did a video about a week or so ago, actually a couple weeks ago, about the entire process from start to finish. Once you're able to take a breath and move into the process of rebuilding your home, again, my heart goes out to all of you guys that lost homes in these fires. Something I've never seen before in my life. Hopefully we never see it again, in this, at least in this scope. It was awful. So we are here. I have no words for it, but here we are, and I want to put another video together for you guys to help you understand what an RCV is, or replacement cost value, what that means for you moving forward as you begin your process of getting a claim opened, getting an adjuster out there, so forth, to start rebuilding your home if you're choosing to do that. Okay, so in your insurance policy, let's just assume you've gotten to the point now where hopefully by now you've called your insurance, you've let them know that you've lost your home in the fire, and you are ready to start the process of building another home, a new home. And you need to get an adjuster out there. The adjuster will be assigned to you from your insurance company. This adjuster's job is to come out as part of the team. And if you haven't checked out the other video yet, go back and watch that one. It'll explain kind of the different components of this team, what you need to do, who you need to contact, and getting that process started from the very, very beginning. So if you're at this point, you're trying to understand, how much money am I going to get? Is it going to be enough to rebuild my home? That's what the RCV is, okay? So we're going to kind of put some misnomers to bed, explain the process, and then hopefully this will kind of make sense. If it doesn't, obviously you know what to do. Hit those comments. So your RCV is your replacement cost to rebuild your home. Now, there's not a cash value associated with this component of it. The cash value that they may assign to other personal property has an appreciable basis to it most times if it's not brand new. And that's a completely separate item from your replacement cost value, or replacement cost to rebuild your home. This cost can actually exceed the total coverage on your insurance policy. So keep that in mind. If the cost to rebuild on your insurance policy is $800,000 or $1 million, and you have less total coverage than that, the RCV will still get paid out for that actual number, okay? Which is why in the past, and I'm telling you moving forward, to make sure that your RCV is at a current market rate in the event something like this happens. Meaning, you want to make sure that you talk to the expert, someone like me, an adjuster. When you have a new policy set in place, when that RCV comes up and it says replacement cost value, that's the cost to rebuild your home in its current state. So a exact model or a very similar model replacement is going to cost X amount of dollars to rebuild, okay? That's what that means. And it can exceed your total coverage on your policy. But my concern, especially in this tragic event with the Marshall Fire, is that people don't have the correct number of RCV to rebuild their home, and they're going to be short 50 grand, 100 grand, 200 grand. I don't know. I've seen really bad scenarios where people are $200,000 to $400,000 short. I don't want to scare you guys, but I'm really, really, really praying that you guys have that RCV even close. And once you have that cost, you want to make sure you start calling people like me in. I'm not soliciting my services, but I'm here to help you guys. Make sure you get a general contractor, and local is better. Don't let the worms slide in under the soil and pop up from another state and try and sell you a bid to rebuild your home. Make sure they're local contractors or they're local builders, okay? Have them put a cost together to rebuild your exact home or a similar home. And we're going to go into how you're going to do that too in just a second. But I know this is kind of long-winded. You want to make sure that RCV is going to be up to date. Call your insurance company, If you don't know where to look on the policy, or if you're confused about that number, once you've met with the adjuster, call your insurance agent back, discuss with them that RCV, making sure that you got enough money to build. And what they're going to tell you is you're going to have a builder come out and you have to basically get a cost to build number put together so you can see if you are off how much more money you're going to need to rebuild your home. I have a feeling that's going to push some people out of their current area. They're going to end up selling their lots. There's going to be some trolls that come in and try and snatch these things up at a premium or at a discount to sell at a premium. And it's going to be kind of a poo storm. So I want to be really adamant about the fact that if you're starting a new policy now, to make sure your RCV is up to date. Get a cost to build from a builder. Talk to an adjuster before you put your new policy in place. It does raise your premium on your insurance, but it is worth it. And I'm telling you right now, people are going to see how worth it really was to pay that. So your RCV is your replacement cost to rebuild your home, okay? That is the number that you will get from your insurance company to then pay to rebuild your house. That's including everything but the land. It's every component required to build your home from start to finish. It can include architectural and structural drawings, soils reports, new surveys if needed. Anything that the building department requires is going to be costed in on that element. Okay, so all of the pre-construction costs, all of your build costs, your finishes, cabinets, all the way into carpet, flooring, trim, paint, everything is in that number to rebuild your home. Okay, so let's just assume, crossing our fingers, that your RCV is capable of rebuilding your home without being out of pocket anything. How do you know that that number is correct? Well, one thing you can do is if you do live or lived in an HOA, is they could have documentation that can send you the right direction to find those building plans, okay? The best way to build an estimate for a new home is to have a complete set of construction documents. That's architectural plans and engineering plans, okay? All of that together has someone like me come in, and the adjuster sometimes too, sit down and look to make sure, okay, this is what the cost to build for me on this plan is going to be. It's going to be X number of dollars. Does that match up with your RCV? If it doesn't, let's see if we can kind of move things around. Let's talk with the insurance company to see if we can change a few things. Let's talk with the HOA if they're requiring certain things or did in the past. Do I have to do those now as far as exterior colors, cladding elements, so forth? Do I need to do those again? There's going to be a lot of leniency, I'm hoping, and usually it's in the past it has happened this way, a lot of leniency with building departments and HOAs to forego some of the things that may be required and rewrite some of these things to help people get a home rebuilt so they can move back in to where they lost literally life on some level. Thankfully, not on that level, but it really does feel like you've lost a family member when your house burns down. And again, my hearts go out to you guys. Okay, so hopefully those components make sense. If you can't get them through the HOA, the building department will have on record somewhere the permitted construction documents and drawings for your house. You can get those. Worst case scenario, you can work off the building footprint that was there and you can build a similar home. Again, talk with your insurance company to see exactly what they're going to require from you as far as getting started with the building permit process and the builder. How close to the exact model does it have to be for you to start the rebuilding process? A lot of times, there's, like I said, and just kind of brought those items up, there's a lot of leniency and there's wiggle room there as far as what's required on this rebuilding process. It's going to have to be similar on square foot, bed, bath. If there was a basement, 2-story versus 1-story, stuff like that is going to have to stay within that kind of parameter. But you want to talk to your insurance agent and your company to see exactly how stringent they are, what they're going to require, what they don't care about anymore. And once that's all ready to go, get your hands on those those blueprints, and start the bidding process. Get 2 to 3 contractors, builders, to come in and bid that entire build from start to finish. And again, if they're a design build firm, they can give you the cost for architectural and engineering drawings. If they are not, start with getting an architect and an engineer involved in this process as soon as you can, because having those prints, like I said, is the first key to getting that cost to build as tight as possible, okay? So those are the things you want to look for when you're starting this process and trying to figure out what your RCV is going to be and if it's going to meet the requirements needed to rebuild your home in these current conditions. The cost to build is very expensive. The market itself, as far as labor and available builders, is depleted. We have supply chain issues. There is some debate on whether we're going to have that or not. As much local as you can do, the better, especially here in this environment where I'm located in Boulder County, because we have less of that going on right now. Okay. Again, if you've got questions, drop them in the comments below. Follow me on Instagram or just DM me there. I can answer questions there as well. If you need direct advice or you have questions, I will give you my cell phone number. I am here to help you guys. We will get through this. We will help you get through this. Take a deep breath once again. And if you haven't checked out the other video, go back and check that one out as well. Hopefully that helps you guys with the insurance part of it and the RCV and what that means and how do you determine it. Again, I'm going to try and do a few more of these videos to help you guys out. But in the meantime, catch the other videos. Hit that thumbs up. That helps get this video out to more people so they have this information as well. Hit the subscribe button if you think these videos might help you out in the future. And until next time, guys, keep building.